All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to your practice. My name is Raquel. Today, you're going to need your blanket and your 2 blocks for our practice. Okay. So we're going to start standing. So you can put the blanket to the side. So as you stand, let's find our Tadasana legs. Always good to start with feet. So the feet, let's have the feet hip width apart. You're digging into the heels. Go ahead and lift and spread all of the toes, and then bring the toes back down. And let's gently transfer the weight forward towards the toes until you feel that they're gripping. And then back to center. Transfer your weight towards your right foot, completely to your right foot. Feel the outer knee, the outer butt, the outer hip engaging. And back to center. You transfer to the left foot. Pressing that foot down, engaging the outer butt again. And then back to center. Now, can you shift your weight a little bit more back towards your heel? Almost like you're gonna feel like you're gonna fall back, but you're not. And then release the arms down by your side. And for today, really have the palms face forward. So as your palms face forward, let's roll the shoulders back. And the fingers are long, but can you keep the palms soft? And notice what's happening in your spine and your shoulders here. We're trying to keep our spines long. And close your eyes. And see if you can tune into the soles of your feet as they touch the mat. You might notice your weight more on one heel than the other. Maybe one knee straighter than the other. And notice if you're gripping the bottom of the pelvis, maybe the lower abdomen. If there's any gripping in the belly, in the hips, you become aware of it and then you let it go. And let's take a few centering breaths into the pelvis. The breath comes in through the nostrils, all the way down towards the pelvis, towards the belly. And as you exhale, you completely soften. Do that 3 more times. Inhale into the bottom of the pelvis. Exhale as you soften. Big breath into the pelvis. And then you soften. Now, can you still keep the arms alongside of the body and let the fingers relax, let the palms relax. And notice the room around you, the walls around you, the space you're in. And notice where the mind is. If it's still racing all over the place. So we use this standing shape to really ground through the feet, the legs, the hips to demarcate the beginning of your practice. It's just you on your mat. And then slowly you open your eyes. Bend your knees a little bit and then straighten your legs. Drop the left ear down towards the left shoulder. And then see if you can soften the right side of the neck even more. And let's swing that right arm forward and back a few times. For 3, 2, and 1. The head goes up and then the right ear, right shoulder. Let the left side relax and the right one as well. And you swing that left arm forward and back a few times. 3, 2, 1, and our heads come up. Interlace the fingers in front of you, have the palms go forward. And the arms up towards the ceiling. A little side bend to the right. And we go up, we side bend to the left. And one more time, up as we go to the right. And then up as we move to the left. All the way up. We bring the arms all the way back and around. Now you're gonna be a little obvious about this. So bend your knee. Round the spine as if you're doing the cat pose. Let the arms dangle in front of you. And do a little ragdoll arms. You're just kind of hanging those arms. So really do a hunchback. So go ahead and hunch your back. And then pause here. Now interlace the fingers, have the heels of your hands together, arms are straight, and reach the arms straight down towards the floor. But your hunchback goes up towards the ceiling. And then feel those shoulder blades getting wider to the side, and then down towards the floor. And we straighten our legs. Let's flip the palms forward again. Now imagine you're driving, and then turn your arms to the right. So your arms and your hands turn to the right, and you can let the shoulder go with you. So the left shoulder goes up towards the ceiling, and then up, and then you're driving to the left. And then back to center, we drive to the right. Let the spine go along with you. And then to the left. And now see, as you continue to do this, notice how you're doing the infinity symbol, right? Like the 8 shape, the shape of an 8. And do a few rounds like this, but focus more on the upper body, moving, mobilizing, turning to the right, and then left. One more time, the right, and then the left. We come back to center. Now the heels of the hands forward again, your arms go forward, bend your knees, and then do the hunchback here again. A little different now. You will keep the clasp of the fingers together. You're not going to change that as you bring the arms away from one another, which means the left arm is reaching to the left, but you're not going to let it move because the right arm is also reaching to the right. So isometric, there's an action, but there's no movement. You notice what that does to that upper back. One more breath there. And we straighten the legs, you flip the palms forward, and we bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Now, guys, a little bit of a back bend. Let the armpits open, the front of the neck, the front of your chest. And then you release the arms all the way back and around. Bend your knees, tuck the pelvis under, do the hunchback again. The back bends are coming. Wait for it. So do your hunchback for a moment, and now just the right arm in a big circle with the right arm. So all of this is opening the posterior chain of the body. And then release, and then just the left arm giant circle. Rolling for 3, 2, and 1. Interlace the fingers, straighten your arm. Bring those palms forward again. And go back, heels of the hands together. So heels of the hands together, bend your knees. Round the spine one more time. And now lean to the right as if you're driving to the right. And back to center, and do your infinity symbol again. Yes, then it goes up, and then you find center. But notice how you're not just moving your arms. It likes for you to pull your arms away from your spine. So you see, as you go to one side, one arm, one hand can pull more than the other. So find a little rhythm here. I'll do 2 more on each side. Soften the neck. And right and left. And we come back to center as you release the arms. Okay, inhale the arms and then drop them back. Continue doing this. Down for 5, Continue 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And come back to center, reach your arms all the way up. And then back and down. Continue, arms up. You can cross the wrists on the top and then the arms go down. And then last one going up. And then all back and around. Have your legs wide and your toes are out. And we bend our knees into the goddess pose and our hands on our knees. Right shoulder towards the left knee. Feel free to exaggerate this one. And back to center. And then the other side. And we go up one more time, the first side. So really getting into the very center, the back of the heart, the center of the thoracic spine. And then last time, left shoulder to the right knee. And back to center. Press the feet down, you come all the way up. Okay. Wherever you are, do a small warrior 2. So left toes out. That's the warrior 2. And then hands on hip. Straighten the front leg. And then bend the front knee. Do a few rounds like this. Just getting a little bit more into your legs now. Feeling the legs. Now back leg, front leg straight. Back hand on your back leg. Into the reverse warrior. So all the back work you did can really lengthen that top arm. 1. And then come all the way up. Bend the front knee. Put the forearm on your side. Reach the other arm up towards the ceiling. And let this be kind of a side bend. Let the upper part of your spine round. And dropping your head. And as you inhale all the way up, warrior 2 arms. We straighten the front leg and then arms down. Wherever you are, just switch the legs to the other side. Bending the knees and straighten. And as you do this, see if you're doing this mindlessly. This is just a very simple hinge movement here. You pay attention to the whole of your body moving forward as you bend. And back. One more time as you bend. And then back. Now we maintain the front knee bend. The shin is nice and vertical. Back hand on your back leg. We do the reverse warrior. Top arm goes up. Maybe you lean back on the bed. And then you come all the way up with the forearm on your side. Left arm up towards your ceiling into your side bend. And then let that upper part of the spine round. And drop your head. Big breath here, left side of your body. And then as you inhale, we come all the way up into the warrior 2. Straighten the front leg and arms down. Bend your knees and then toe, heel the feet together. All right. You're going to do a standing twist. It's a little fancy. No, it isn't. Simple. So have your feet wider than hip width and turn all of your toes a little to the right. All of your toes a little to the right. So lift the back heel up, which is your left heel. The left heel goes up, the left knee straight, engage the left buttock. And I'll start from the pelvis to rotate to the right, to the right, to the right. And then reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. So see if you can look directly behind the wall that's behind you. So when you do this rotation, you let the back heel go up. Then the pelvis moves, then the spine, then the neck. And you release the arms sequentially, the head, the shoulders, the ribs, the pelvis, and the heel down. Now all of your toes a little to the left. You lift the right heel, you squeeze the right butt, you rotate from the pelvis, then the ribs, then the shoulders, and your right arm goes up. You continue the rotation with your neck. Imagine here that your hands, your top fingertips touch the ceiling. And then you release the arms, the head, the shoulders, the ribs, the pelvis, and you put the heel back down. One more time, the first side. Your toes a little to the right, left heel up, rotating. See if you can do this seamlessly now. Left arm up. Now just for fun, your right hand, maybe on the left side of your waist, wanting to continue the rotation. It's fine, so just for fun. Wherever you are, you press that hand into you, into your body to find more of a rotation. You release your arms down, release the twist and all of your toes to the left. The right heel goes up, the pelvis, the ribs, the shoulders. Right arm up, continue. And then you bring the left arm around, holding whatever you can hold, outer hip or the front of your hip. One more. Then you release the arms, and all the way back down. Bend your knees and do a chair with support. Press those hands down. Now curl down into the hunchback again. And then look up and do your back bend. Now stay in your back bend and shift the hips to the right and then to the left. To the right again, and then to the left. Come back to center, do the hunchback, stay in the hunchback. Tilt the pelvis to the right, so you feel the left side of the body opening. Back to center, tilt to the left. One more time, pelvis to the right. Still keeping the hunchback, that's important. And back to center, and then the other side. We come back into our usual chair as you straighten your legs and come all the way up. Interlace the fingers behind you. We roll our shoulders back. And we open the chest. And we breathe. We roll back. Maybe a smile. Looking up towards the ceiling. Oh. Move the head side to side. What can you release right now? And then all the way up. Grab one of your blocks. It's a little shoulder work, very simple. So holding the block here from the side, let's reach that arm straight forward. And then you're going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and bend the elbow so your form is perpendicular. Parallel, that's the word. It's parallel to the ceiling. So squeeze the block and then reach the block back behind you. Okay. You do a little side bend to the right. And then when you side bend to the right, press the right hand into the block. And back to center. You side bend to the left. Press the left hand up into the block. We come back to center. The arms go up towards the ceiling and forward and down. Okay. Have your hands, both of your hands, hold the block. And you're going to hold the block from underneath with a flat palm, as if they were trays, you know. These are cork blocks, they're kind of on the heavy side. Anyway, if you have the foam ones, it's better, because that means you're going to work a little less. Left toes out, again, back into your warrior two legs. And let's bend the knee. Elbows in close to your waist. You're gonna roll your shoulders back. So keep your legs like this. And notice if you're leaning forward into the front leg, can you bring yourself to upright? All right. Now, you're gonna bring your hands at shoulder height by rotating those blocks back behind you. And then straighten your arms up towards the ceiling. Okay, bring them down. And the blocks forward and down into that heavy platter. Now, can you keep the elbows very close to the sides of your waist as you bring the blocks back behind you and squeeze the shoulder blades. Keep the shoulder blades squeezing in. And now open the arms out to the side. The shoulder blades kind of need to go. And as you straighten your arms, it's okay to have your elbows a little bit bent for today because you have some weight here. And we breathe. You can move forward towards your front hand, like the usual warrior two. So feel the weight of your arms, plus a block. One more. Then you straighten the front leg, bring the arms back down, and bring the arms forward in front of you. Okay, let's switch to the other side. Into the warrior two legs. Okay, we bring those arms up here, the hands, the shoulders, blocks in the shoulders, and then the arms go up. As if you're doing, you could do this with the dumbbells, you know, and forward and down. 1, 2, 3 more times. Come up, go back. You straighten your arms, and then down. Don't drop the block. Forward and down. And going up, back, forward and down. Let's do one more. Up, into the shoulders, forward and down. Into squeezing those blades, blocks out to the side. See where you're feeling. And then we open our arms into that T. Ooh. See how it is on this side. Maybe your arms are already fatigued. Feel your arms, the wrists, the shoulders, feel the engagement. 2 more breaths. And then straighten the front leg. And you bring the elbows in, the blocks forward, bend both of your knees and toe heel the feet together. Okay. Put the blocks down. Let's give the arms a break. A little bit of leg. Right foot in between the blocks and then the left leg back. And let's go straight into our pyramid legs as you straighten the front leg. All right. Guys, today we're gonna hold this. If you want to move around in this shape, you may. If you want to completely round the spine, the hunchback thing over your front leg, you may. If you want to try to do a back bend here. So in this pyramid leg, what do you want to do with your spine? And as you explore, can you find a different spot in your back, on the back body that you can open more? Three more breaths on this side. Now lift the back heel all the way up towards the ceiling and bring the heel towards the center of your mat. You dig that heel down and then swing the pelvis a little to the right. And then back to center. Modified triangle pose. So left arm to the side and up towards the ceiling. This is a shorter triangle. And to keep with the theme, bring your arm alongside of your ear, and then let the upper part of your spine to be longer than the bottom one. Big breath here on that left waist. While still pressing the back heel down. And you release as you put the hand back down. Bring the back heel up, normalize your legs, you're back into your pyramid legs. Now the revolved triangle, since we're here, reach the right arm to the side and up towards the ceiling. And even as you revolve, squeeze the inner thigh. And let's bring the right arm alongside of your ear. And then can you turn this into that side bend on the side body? One more. And you release as you put the hand back down. Okay. Let's step forward to switch the legs. Your left leg is forward and long. Again, about a minute holding the shape. What does your left leg want? Sometimes a little rubbing goes a long way. Kind of into the hamstring, maybe the back of the knee. Maybe like to rock the pelvis side to side, or pause in your rounding shape of the spine, or play with the back bend shape. And then whatever you're doing, again, bring your attention to your movement or to your stillness. Few more breaths here. If you're moving and want to move, keep moving. If you're preferring to stay in stillness, be present for your stillness. One more breath. Okay, now we lift the back heel all the way up towards the ceiling. And then we turn that heel towards the center of the mat. Transfer your weight to the left hand and bring the right arm up into the triangle pose. Rolling the shoulders back, pressing the back heel down. And now everyone, bring the arm alongside of the ear and let that right side of the waist to actually go up towards the ceiling. And imagine those right fingers down as if they could touch the front toes. So a big, big side body opening. One more. You look down, you put the hand on the block first. Let's adjust the leg. Oh, actually, swing the pelvis to the left. Just one little swing. And back to center. Now we adjust. The back heel goes up in the usual position with your right heel facing straight back. Into our revolved triangle now. Squeeze the inner thighs together, roll the chest, roll the heart, left arm all the way up towards the ceiling, opening. And you bring the arm alongside of the body and rounding the upper spine a tiny bit. So more precarious balance here. So do what you can. If you prefer to keep the openness on the front of your chest, maybe. Yeah. Two more breaths. And then we release, put the hands down, bend the back knee to the floor, and both of your knees on the floor. Your knees together for a moment, big toes touch, curl the toes, briefly sit on your heels. Interlace the fingers behind you, keep your elbows bent as you roll your shoulders back and you lift the heart. Opening the front. Always nice to feel that as we stretch, as we move, as we generate heat, there's a lot that opens up, that releases, and makes you feel more here in your body. And we release.
Continue to this side and then going in and up to the side and then curling all the way up. Easy twist to your left. The hand on the knee, the other fingertips behind you, rotating. And then when you're rotating your weight towards your left sitting bone and then the right. One more time left. And then right. We do the other side. And do your leaning forward and back. And one more. And come all the way back to center. Okay, change the cross of your legs. Do spider fingers, but behind you. The arms a little bit behind you. And you press those hands down. Keep the elbows straight, lift the heart. And let this be a very easy back bend. Just kind of reaching out through your chin. Oh. Let a sound out. One wants to come out now. And then you bring yourselves all the way up. Let the palms rest on your thighs. Close your eyes. And then notice the body wanting to fidget, and you go ahead and you fidget. Adjusting your shoulders, you're pulling your hair. And then find a point of stillness. Notice the breath coming in and out. Still keeping the face, the jaw, the whole front of your body soft. Knuckles are bent, arms are heavy. Your spine is elegant. It's tall. It's spacious. And how still can you be here to the point where there's almost no movement in your body? Maybe you can notice the finest, the very, very little movements that your body does, your spine, even when you're trying to be very still. You keep this relative stillness in the spine. Roll the palms of the heart. together today. Take a big breath in. And exhale by